Fighting survival has been the most daunting challenge. People don't understand like why survival is a big thing. Found out that our brains haven't really developed in the last 10,000 years, and so we really have archaic brains by nature, and that just means that if you are not constantly doing the work to elevate above the lower level thinking, you will be stuck in there. You're going to be dominated by fear. You're going to be just constantly marauding sex, things like eating. Started trying to do my fitness. I think that's when I changed my relationship with food. I used to eat quite a lot. I changed because of dieting and all that. And intermittent fasting I had to tap into that reality in my head where I could actually not eat and I won't die, because my brain just keeps telling me eat. I need food. But the reality is he needs food, but he doesn't really need food because I can go a whole day without eating and I won't die, and I will sleep and I will wake up, and I can go the next day just drinking water, taking fruits, or eating something like oats just in the morning, and that's it. I've gone lots of days like that where I didn't eat much and I didn't die. Your brain is just raising an alarm, but nothing is going to happen to you because it's just used to you eating a lot, and so it's demanding those same things. But you have to fight yourself and tell yourself that no, I'm not going to eat, because and even when you eat, you don't eat to get filled up, you eat to not be hungry. And that's what portion control does for you. Portion control changes your relationship with food, in the sense that it's no longer a pleasurable activity. Now if you eat, it's a dopamine pump, because you're ensuring your survival, because your brain is saying now I'm alive again, I won't have to die. You understand? If you go long enough without eating, you will die. So your brain first processes that as you need food, you need to eat. You understand? Or you will die. But you won't necessarily die if you don't eat it today, right? But that's the signal my brain sends to me, and so I had to fight it. Lots of days I go intermittent fasting and I don't eat, or then you just eat like very small portions of meals and go very long periods in the day and not eating. You come to fear. I used to have like irrational fear, but the truth is that fear is a survival instinct. You need to have fear as an emotion in you, because a lot of our ancestors survived off fear, because fear triggers the fight or flight, and when it triggers that fight or flight, that's literally you in survival mode, because I think it pumps adrenaline in you, and adrenaline in your system is not normal. You're not normal anymore. You're like hyperactive. You're like hyper strong. You can do things that you can't do normally, and that's just your body evolving to some hyper survival mode type thing. You understand? So 100% you need fear. Brain will process a lot of things differently. It will see this thing as fear. Oh wow, I should be scared of this. I should be scared of this challenge. Let me go into my cave. But no, you need to develop yourself to fight your brain in those type of situations, because we are in the new world. Some of the threats you face today are not the same threats you faced 10,000 years ago, but your brain is still 10,000 years old. So you need to develop it. you need to develop self to fight that. And fear is a big thing. Fear, and the worst part is that fear wears different masks. I used to be shy. Shyness is actually fear mask. It's fear wearing a mask. Shyness is really just you scared of how people see you, so you become shy. And I was like, that is actually mad. That's actually why I'm shy. And a lot of people used to think I'm snobbish, or I don't like talking to people. I love talking to people. I'm just shy. I was just really shy because I was just scared of how people judge me when they look at me, like, will they accept me? Will they not accept me? You understand? Like, that just made me shy. You understand? Perfection is fear. Like, you wanting everything to be perfect is fear. So fear comes in different forms. That guy doesn't wear the same, he comes in different shapes and sizes and forms, and he just comes to dominate people. Fear just limits you in so many ways. You just need to fight that shit, bro. You need to fight and fight and fight for your life to make it out. To make it out of the hood. You understand? We get out of the trenches. Sex is a survival skill, because like you need to, because at the end of the day, Mother Nature the one of the first commands that was given to Adam once he left the Garden of Eden was go forth and multiply. You know what that means. Anyway, Mother Nature wants you to have sex. That's why, sex is the urge to have sex is very strong in human beings, especially men, because that is literally, by all primary purpose, the reason why human beings will continue to exist. If all of us in the world now decide, let's stop having sex, we'll go extinct in a very fast like we'll go extinct pretty quickly, right? Sex is going to be very strong in you. You're going to want to fuck. You're going to want to have sex, my brother. This is basic stuff. You just have to control that shit, bro. You need to control your sexual urge, even beyond like unwanted babies. It's a shit ton of things that can go wrong. STDs, even your emotional, your head, like, and also the last one, sorry, I missed out the last one, which is social acceptance. In the hunter-gatherer society, a group of people had to accept you for your survival. It was literally a survival. They just say man cannot live alone. You understand? You cannot stay on your own. You needed a community of people. You needed a community of people to survive, because we are social animals. For security, for protection, you needed law and order and that group to survive. And so it has been embedded into your brain that you need people to accept you. You understand? So you wear masks. We wear masks. How I am in private is not how I am in public. That is the truth. I wear masks all the time. You wear masks when you go out, when you do this, when in different situations you wear masks, so you are accepted, depending on where you are and where you're going. And that is a survival skill. That is survival, basically. I think sometimes it misled me in this way, that when I didn't understand it, like I sometimes used to get in spaces where, I didn't really fit in, but just because I wanted to be accepted, that's when sometimes, like, I get to the point, like, I flirt with some girls. Like, sometimes I flirt with girls, not because I'm interested, not even because I will ever get with them, just because I want to feel wanted. You understand? I want to feel accepted. Like feelings, but it's wrong, you understand? And, this need to be accepted can drive you down a bottomless pit, and you need to fight that one as well. You need to stand your ground. You need to know who you are. You need to know who you are, what you stand for, and regardless of what's going on around you, you must stand for what you are. You understand that? When you stand for that, like 100%, you will find your people. Because the difference is, back in the days of the hunter-gatherer society, if you were banished out of one group of people, it would be very difficult. Like, it would be very difficult to find another people that will accept you. You might be taken as a slave somewhere else. You understand? Like, they won't accept you as much as your people. But right now in this world, I'm in Nigeria and I was born in Port Harcourt. I'm from Enugu State, and I'm in the UK. It's a 7-hour flight, so the world is a village now. You can connect with people across 7 different continents, just limited amount of hours on a plane, and you're there. You can find community, you can meet new people, you can get new experiences. I could have been a total absolute loser in Port Harcourt. I traveled to London. I'm a new person with a new world right in front of me, and I felt rejected in Port Harcourt, but that's not my life. And the difference is, your brain will haunt you when you come to London, because you continue to feel like a loser, because that's how they treated you in Port Harcourt. But that is not the reality. You can create a new reality for yourself, and that is the truth. But a lot of the times, people are stuck in the ways that they were treated, because that is what your brain has fixated on. So therefore, you half the time, there's this African proverb that says, in all of this, you are your biggest enemy. There is no outside force that is a bigger enemy to you than yourself. Half the time you are fighting yourself. Half the time you have to build an alternate self in you that speaks to you, your natural self, which is like your brain, which is your natural instincts, I'll put. And you have to build that guy in the way that, talks to this guy and tells this guy, calm down. You understand? Like, that's what it is. I have this guy in my brain, like, through like meditation, and like religion also helps, like, faith, faith and Jesus and all that. It helps 100%. It feeds that guy. It feeds me to have more faith, to have more belief in the things I'm doing. And so it's a higher self. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and God bless. A bientôt.